Hi, everybody. Laura back again. And Venus the cat is here too. Is anybody there with me? Is anybody here with me, I should say? Okay, well, I guess then I will just start connecting with Crochet off by saying, I don't know where my co-hosts are. So, I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there for now. How about I just grab my crocheting? Hi, Lynette. Thanks for coming. And I saw Chris's name on here too. Must have been left about an hour ago since it says 8:02 p.m. Or somebody's clock hadn't fixed themselves yet, or somebody lives in an area that doesn't fix their clocks. Yeah, I mean, anything's possible, right? I mean, we are, there she is, or I should say, there Chris is. Hi, Chris. Um, since we are a global community out here on Facebook. And it is still hard for me to remember to list all of the time zones in the United States, let alone anywhere else in the world. And I do know some of them, but so anyway, I'm just going to grab my crocheting, which is right over here behind me. I do have uh-oh, where'd my hook go? There it is. I do have a video coming out tomorrow. I got to have a little bit of fun yesterday. So I hope that you all will watch that because it's so rare for me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Hi, Cool Gamer. Thanks for stopping by. I am alone today. I do not know where my co-hosts are. I sent them both the link and we'll see if they show up or not. That's just the way I have to run it today. Okay. So go right there. I know. I'm getting better at doing alone ones, I guess, though. But I like having my friends up on the panel with me. I like having our group. I like, thank you, Lynette. I like having connecting with crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what is? Oh, it was just stuck. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on the fifth one still. That's right. And the sixth one. Oh, that one just fell apart. And the sixth one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't quite see what the hands are doing, but the face is definitely smiling. Hi, Samantha. Thank you for coming. Well, it looks like one of my co-hosts has arrived. Let's welcome Pixie Stitch. Hi, Veronica. They were just asking me where, well, I've already said that didn't know where my co-hosts were, but
How are you doing?
asking me if I was alone today.
Nope, I am here. Just putting the finishing touches. I did a little bit of 1920s inspired makeup to show off the hat I did for our Cal.
Yep.
So this is Little John's Yarn. Did the tutorial for this 1920s cloche style hat. So you can see, and then there's the shamrock I did. Just like a subtle, St. Patrick's look.
Yep.
So
Very good. I knew that it would look good once it was finished.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to do something a little bit different.
Let's see if I can get this one in now.
I had fun with it. And then I know I mentioned it Friday, but the shamrocks are Pora Pora crochet. So it's Little John's yarn and Pora Pora crochet. What did I do with my?
Yes, that's
I had a
very.
hook. Very 1920s.
Yes, it is. Oh,
That
I
was the
couldn't quite
goal.
come up with my words. There we go.
That was the goal. I'm actually wearing a knit top that I made as well. Oops, let me turn these off. A knit top that I made.
Oh, yes.
I know I showed that to you before, but so it's got a little bit more to the look. And then it's got that lace work in the back of this top. It's actually
Oh,
kind of
yes.
I have my back brace on, but it's got like a kind of a A-line shape to it, and the top of it is a little bit like kind of boxy, which I think
Okay.
fits the 1920s kind of style too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was a whole theme.
Hi,
Hey,
Rosemary.
Lynette.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, Chris. Thank you, Lynette. Hey, Rosemary. It's great to see you all. So, I've been working on the last couple days. I've been working on a pair of crocheted socks for Chad, and there's my progress on it. So, these were also
Yes.
mentioned on the Friday live stream, but these are Heart Hook Home, which you can also find on YouTube. And this is that double crochet, like linked stitch, so there's no holes.
Yep.
And it's pretty nice, like the back side of it, because it's worked in the round. The back side of it is fairly bump free, which is
Oh,
really,
good.
really cool. So she made it in mind for like making crochet socks, so it's like less irritating on your feet or whatever if you're
Yes.
sensitive. But yeah, I'm making it, and it's in worsted weight yarn, so it's nice and cushy. So these will be good
Very nice.
slippery
Hi,
socks.
Regina.
Hey, Regina. And I think I'm gonna knock out some more shamrocks.
How
I've
many did you
got
get done so far?
these 4,
Okay.
and technically I made one for the hat, and then I made one for Chad. One
Yep.
of the dark green ones, so he could have a lucky shamrock. So this will be, but for my garland, I have 4. So I'm thinking about making about 12 of them probably.
Okay.
So I need to get cracking.
4, 5, 6.
I see you're working on your baby blanket.
Yes, I am. I'm working on my Which Way Filet crochet baby blanket. 3.
Can I see how it's looking after
Okay, I
you
can do
count?
that. Here we go.
Oh, that is so pretty. I can see you've
Wrong
made
direction. There we
quite a bit of
go.
progress on that orange too.
Round 4, I think. Yep, I'm on
Oh,
round 4.
it takes longer when you get to that point,
Yep.
but that's actually a lot of work.
I will at least go to the end of the orange. If I need more after that, it might have to be just a solid plain blue. Oh no, I might have to go buy more yarn.
Oh darn.
Except
Gosh darn.
I got in on Hobby Lobby yesterday.
Oh, awesome.
I'm like, can we go to Hobby
I
Lobby?
miss Hobby
Some of my friends have been saying things are on clearance. Well, I couldn't find anything on clearance, but that's okay. Everything was 30% off, so I picked up a few anyway.
Yeah, they tend to have good prices even if it's not on clearance, so you're always gonna find something.
Yep. So watch tomorrow's video.
I will.
That
I
that was a very big hint. Hi, DK Jen.
will.
Oh,
I
I
was like,
missed Pamela. Hi, Pamela.
great plug for your video.
That was a great big hint as to what tomorrow's video is.
Right.
I'm not going to show it now because, watch it tomorrow.
Love it.
Oh, well, if I don't promote myself, who's going to promote me?
Exactly.
Other people may shout me out, but
That's how I
and
feel
that
about
is
it too.
helpful, but they're not truly promoting me like I can promote myself by saying, "Hey, watch tomorrow's video."
hmm you know what direction you're going in. You know your talents better than anybody, you know? And you're right,
Exactly.
like it's not their job to promote you, you got to promote yourself and get yourself out there. And I appreciate
Uh,
the hustle, like whenever anybody's like,
Oh,
getting
yeah,
themselves out there and the motivation.
I totally appreciate the shout outs and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and other, excuse me, and other stuff uh that other people do for other channels. No, I mean,
Mhm.
I do totally get that,
Mhm.
appreciate it. And I do some of it to give back as well. But truly, truly, I'm the only one who can promote me and my channel the best. So
Absolutely.
I've just gotten to the point where I try to remind people about certain things that are coming up in my
Yep.
lives, coming up in my videos. I try to promote that in my lives. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that didn't
that's
work.
the way to do
That's
it.
just went crazy. Okay, let's see. Veronica, if you do that stitch with a smaller hook and sock yarn, you will make socks for shoes. Will
Yeah,
you make socks for shoes?
I was thinking about that actually because I really love this stitch and it's kind of like I kind of prefer knit socks to be honest, but I think crochet socks have got a lot of potential too, so I've been playing around with that. And I definitely think I'm going to try one with sock yarn. I tried a pair of crochet socks with sock yarn like years ago and I wasn't successful, but I know a lot more about crochet now. So I think if I attempted it now, I could probably get a
Mm-hmm.
useful pair out. Hopefully, anyway. Might take me a couple
Hi,
tries, but
Sally.
actually because we're up here in Alaska, we wear boots pretty much all the time. That's like the only footwear we use. So these can actually be worn in our boots. So I'm kind of making them as slipper socks, but also we can wear them as boot socks as well. And that is
Mm-hmm.
very cushioning for boots.
And Rosemary says, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday and I didn't, I think she meant to say see any clearance items,
hmm
but they were rearranging the store. Yes, I agree. My store was getting rearranged as well. And I think the only yarn that might have been on clearance besides this, everything that was on, I mean, all the yarn was on sale, obviously, might have been the blanket, the big thick size 7 or 8 or whatever size that is, blanket yarn. I saw a couple of
Right.
ladies take a very full shopping cart up to the front, and that was just that big blanket yarn,
Yeah, because that would definitely be out of season.
or darn near out of season. Yeah.
Yeah, for spring. Yeah, exactly. Be in season all year here. But
Uh-huh.
there's no stores here, so let's
I know it.
see.
Yep. One, two, three,
Two,
four, five,
three,
six.
four,
Try this again.
5.
See if I can get this stitch to work this time. Because
So
I'm
what is
thinking it.
everybody else working on this evening if you're working on a project? Or it could be
There we go.
cooking
Got
or
it.
whatever you're up to. Getting
Oh, I
this
still got a ways to go.
shamrock started. Yeah, I know. That's how I always feel like when I pick up a blanket project. It's like, wow. I'm going to be
I
working for a while.
feel like I'm never going to get any of them done. That's part of why they get put in timeout because then I start feeling
Exactly.
like it's never going to end.
That's why I have so many blanket whips.
Oh, yep.
But I am going to get some of them finished this year. I've made
Yes, I
a
had quite an eye-opening session videotaping all my whips.
Yeah, exactly. Even me with just starting to go through my whips, I'm realizing. Oh, I don't know if I said hello, but I see Jennifer had come in a little bit ago, and Pamela. If I didn't say hi yet, I didn't want to say hey. I think I've Hey Sally, how you doing? I think I've got everybody now, but
Working on my fourth Afghan this year. Wait, 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 wait. It's only March.
oh goodness. That's awesome. Fourth Afghan. And I know exactly how much work goes into that, so that's impressive to me.
I was, oh, and so I think that's what Lynette is working on. And then Rosemary said, my youngest grandson a blanket. I was watching the Oscars. And
Oh,
Chris says,
nice.
I'm doing my Tunisian cow blanket for YFS.
Cool. I want to get more into
Oh,
Tunisian. I've
I mean,
only played with it a little bit. I've never done like a full blown. Well, I did make like a Tunisian like washcloth and some like makeup scrubby pads before, so that was a finished project technically. But like I would like to do a bigger project with it, like a blanket. I love those vintage patterns of where you do the Afghan stitch and then you go back through
and
with
you do the
another
cross
craft that
stitch.
I love and do the cross stitch. Yeah, so it's like
Yep.
kind of a combination of two
Oh,
crafts that I
Yarny Fiber
like.
Sisters. Thank you. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, you can
Yep.
see the this is one. So that's like Afghan stitch panels, which is cool because I have I know they make the kind with the cords now, so you can
Mm-hmm.
do a full blanket length, but I just have some of the Afghan hooks that are like that long. So this I could still do this though because it's in panels, and then I could use stash yarn to cross stitch the flowers in there. I really love this one, this Afghan book. Can't
Mm-hmm.
remember if it has the year in it. Oh dang! I didn't realize it was this old. 1948.
Oh, wow.
That's
Nice.
pretty wild.
Lynette says she
1940s.
needs 15 Afghans for Christmas. And Chris said
Oh wow.
Yarny Fiber Sisters because I couldn't remember what that one was, the YFS was. Kelly says hi. I think I said hi, Kelly, but I can't remember if I did or not. And Regina says I have squares that I have to sew the ends in so I can put it together. Yep.
Nice. The Yarny Fiber Sisters, which group of people is that? Is that the other Veronica and Jeannie in them? I can't remember because there's a couple different groups.
Mm, Jeannie and Veronica and yeah, I think that's
And Linda or
YFS.
something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's Yarny
I
Fiber
need to get
Sister.
around.
Yeah,
I need to get around more to people's channels,
it's been a
but
while.
yeah, it has for me too.
Uh,
Which is a shame. I need to get around more.
uh, and Lynette says the Afghan you showed was awesome. And Jen says, I'm making a shawl with yarn I won last year from Darla the Crafty Owl in Canada. Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
cool. That's awesome, Jennifer.
And Kelly says, I love Tunisian crochet, but I need to get some hooks with cables. I only have the
I want to
metal
get some
hooks,
hooks
and then I have a shorter
too.
wood one.
Hey, Kelly. How you doing? Yeah, I would like to get some with, cables too, but really I just need to play around with the hook that I do have because I have hardly done anything with it, so I should just practice some stitches and
You know, when you said practice, and I was just thinking that, about what I did to practice, and what I now I shouldn't have done it in acrylic, but
mhm,
I had some yarn I wanted to see how it looked in the Tunisian crochet. Excuse me. It was very bright, variegated,
right.
and so I did a square and I loved it. So I did another square and I crocheted them together. I called it a pot holder.
Potholder, yep. Well,
Well, this is my practice.
back in the day, that's what they used for potholders, at least the my relatives, like, in Missouri and stuff, like, before
Hmm.
everybody knew that you should probably use cotton for it,
Right.
that's they just used what they had, which was generally acrylic, yarn.
Yep.
So, I remember getting a bunch of, like, at family reunions and stuff, like, some of my aunts and great aunts would make up a bunch of pot holders and things, and they would make them for, like, church bazaars and stuff like that too. But
Uh-huh.
those were all acrylic, and we used them. I mean,
Yep.
yes, they did get a little singed, but they worked.
Yep. They worked.
Nowadays, I do use cotton, but if I only had acrylic, I wouldn't turn my nose up at making a pot holder.
Well, I made him the right size square, and
Right,
I was like, okay, this is great. I love how it looks. So now what do I do with it?
exactly.
Oh, and now
Turn
Angie
them into
from My
potholders.
Fairy Treasures is a part of it, is a part of Yarny Fiber
Okay,
Sisters.
so I got it right. Okay, cool. Jeannie, V, and Angie. Gotcha. Cool.
All right. Well, I don't know. I do know some of what's going on with Grammy Colleen Crochets, but
Yeah,
I can't talk about it on here. So
right.
everybody just keep her in your prayers and hope that situations, yeah, I don't mean hope. I mean pray that the situation gets better, okay? That being said, she's told me I don't know how many times that she was going to put out a video talking about the next make along. I haven't seen one. So I am going to announce today that the next make along is Which Way Belay.
Ooh, I was hoping you would do that actually, because seeing you make one, and I saw a couple other people post them recently, and I was like, "Ooh, I would like to start a blanket, using that pattern." So that's exciting to me.
I don't know what the timeline's going to be, so we'll just kind of go with it. It's
Right.
we had talked about maybe making this one like a couple months because it's a little bit bigger project. I mean, even a baby blanket takes time, you know.
Exactly. Yep.
So at this point, I don't know what we're gonna call the end date, but let's just let's get started. If this is what we want to do, you can make
Yeah.
anything big or small. Um, you know, go for it. Use your imagination. The pattern I used was the fiber spider.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Um,
he's a good teacher.
yeah, I learned it rather quickly. I thought. I mean, for me anyway.
Right. I know what you mean. I'm the same way.
And you've never done the Afghan stitch, Regina? And Kelly says, I have some old Susan Bates Afghan hooks, which were my grandmother's, which worked for Tunisian, but I need the cabled hooks to make larger items. Yes, I know. Because it's either that
Exactly.
or you sew them together. I
Mhm.
get it. I understand that.
Yeah, I want to, I'm gonna be playing around with my Afghan hooks, but yeah, at some point, I would like to make, like, a bigger Tunisian project, and then I'll get a cabled one at that point.
I think I have three aluminum ones, and then I have the one wood one that was my grandmother's.
That's so neat that you all have some from your grandmothers. That's special. I like stuff like that.
So anyway, like I said, I'm not quite sure, or was saying anyway. I interrupted myself. I mean, I know I did. Shiny, ooh.
Right.
um, at this point, I would say for me, I'd say, okay, let's get started on them and think about maybe the end of April. We might go longer. It just
Mhm.
depends. It depends on how long it takes me to get mine done. It depends on how
Right.
long the situation that Grammy Colleen is dealing with goes on.
Exactly.
So right now, think about at least the rest of March and all the way through April, and I will let you know if we end up choosing to go, a little longer.
Yeah,
But
I
at this
don't
point, that's the best I
I
can do.
definitely wanna start one. I'm not sure if I will finish it in the timeline, depending on
Yeah,
what the timeline is, because, my main project focus is gonna be that Lumen shawl.
no, mine too.
Right, so since
When I
I
gotta do
since I only
something when I
have
get
Yeah. So
when I get
since I
those
only have
rows
limited
done.
time, uh, it's definitely gonna be focused on that, but I will, no doubt start one of those because 'cause I'd like to do that too.
Kelly says I haven't learned the fillet stitch yet. The fillet stitch is really very, very simple.
Yes, it is.
It's double crochets
And
and then
chains, that's it.
and then chains to cut to go jump over how many ever spaces you have to jump,
Yep.
and then you do another double crochet uh, at the end of your spaces. Now in the which way fillet, it's it's obviously a set pattern on where whoop, uh, can't remember which side I'm supposed to hold this. Anyway, it's obviously a
It's
set
good too.
pattern. So that's why I'm like, fiber spiders where oh, thank you, Sharon. Hi, Judy. Did I miss you? I saw you come in and I probably didn't get your name said. Yeah, I did see her come in. There she is. A chain to skip. Yeah, you're right, Regina. I didn't quite say that right. The fillet is chain to skip to double crochet. Yes. Yep, that's exactly right. Thank you for correcting me. And yes, use Fiber Spiders tutorials. I think he has several actually. I watched the one that was over a year old. Was original, and he did it with. That was an original. I don't know if it was his original, but anyway, he did it with 4-weight yarn, and he was making a big blanket out of it. I was like, well, it translates to any size yarn and any size crochet hook. So I knew that I had this, what is this, 3-weight, I think, or 2-weight, 3-weight, yeah. Uh, I knew I had this 3-weight yarn that I hadn't done anything with, but I had tried to do a few things with a couple of
Right.
times, and nothing was working. So, hi, Laura's blog.
Yep.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, Judy, Laura B, and Sharon, welcome in. Glad to see you here.
So, um, watch one of those, and
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch Fiber Spiders too. I've watched a couple of his videos, but I have yet to actually make one of the patterns because I was gonna do like the virus shawl or blanket, but I never
right.
actually started it. But I still plan on doing that at some point. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do his tutorial
Hi,
so I can
Jeanette.
finally do one of his.
Thanks for coming. So yeah, she and I
Hey,
had
Jeanette.
talked about it. I mean, Colleen and I talked about it, and so that's pretty much the only thing I could remember of what we talked about that day was that we were doing which way
Right.
fillet.
Yep.
So I'm kind of like, I wish you had sent me this by text. Then again, I lost
Yeah.
the original text where we had talked about it because when there were so
Yeah.
many texts in there, I couldn't find it.
Yep, after a while, it's too hard to scroll up.
Okay, there's Kelly. Okay, so Kelly says, I just saw a blanket like that where it looks like four shawls put together. Ooh, yeah, that would be cool. Oh,
That
that
would
would
be
be a
nice.
cool pattern, wouldn't it? Oh my heavens. Angela made it with puzzle yarn black with multicolors in it, and it looked awesome. Oh,
Awesome.
wow.
I wanna try
That
that
sounds
puzzle yarn too.
awesome.
I almost bought, back when I was in Georgia, I almost bought, some of the puzzle yarn, and I think it was, like, blue and black. It was really pretty, but I didn't actually end up doing that. I went with one, but I would like to try the puzzle yarn for sure.
Regina says, I have done the virus shawl with ice cream yarn and it came out really pretty. I'll bet.
Ooh, I
And
bet.
then
I'd like to see a picture of that,
Kelly
Regina.
Kelly was finishing hers was what looked like a chevron stitch.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't buy the puzzle yarn. I bought something else. I don't remember what I bought now. I remember looking at puzzle yarn.
Yeah, I think the isn't the mosaic yarn kinda similar? I was looking at that too. I can't remember if they're both by Premier, but
I
they
oh
kinda
I
have
kn-
a similar
I
look.
don't remember the mosaic. Let me grab mine here real quick. Okay, this is the one I bought that was close to the puzzle yarn that I wanted, but they'd run out of them in my Walmart's town. So it's the impressions,
Ooh,
and
yeah, it looks just like it.
you can't really see it. There you go. There you go.
There,
You
I
can
can
see
see
the
blue and
several
purple.
different colors, teal, blue, pink, and purple, I think are the four colors, and how they're just put together. Yeah. So this is the one I bought. I
That's
wanted
cool.
to get the puzzle, but that's the one I found.
It almost looks like the one that I almost bought, except that yours has purple in it, but mine was like that kinda blues and blacks or something.
Yeah, I think the actual one from Premiere is that because that's the one I was looking at. But then they ran out of them at my stores.
Right.
Like, this store has one, this store has two. Yeah, I'm like, I'm running
Right.
all over. I can't even drive myself right now. Jeanette says a four triangle granny stitch put together. I made one. Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Okay, the zigzags went different directions. I really liked it. Yeah, I'll bet. That sounds really cool.
Hey, Deneen.
Hi, Janine. I just saw your name too. Oh no, Regina. She said, Pixie, I gave it to a friend and never got a pic
Oh,
of it.
okay. I understand. I've done that too. Really should take pictures of everything.
Oh, Amy said Walmart has puzzle online for 4.25. That sounds about right. Hi, Janice. Thanks for coming. Like I said, I ended up getting mine at Michael's, and I thought it was pretty close. And they had more than I needed. So, rather than running around all the different Walmarts and picking it up.
Right. That's a good price. Unfortunately, being up here in Alaska, or the part that we're in Alaska, Walmart tax on a fee, um,
Oh,
for being up here, like I think it's like a fuel fee or something like that.
probably something like that.
Because when I ordered our Christmas tree, it ended up being like $25 extra or something. It was still better than trying to buy a Christmas tree here, though, because we had some in the store, just like a regular sized Christmas tree, and it was like $350 or
Oh my
something.
heavens.
Yeah, stuff is really, really high here. So it still ended up being a lot cheaper going through Walmart. But with yarn, I don't think it would be
Yeah.
as worth it for me here, especially since a lot of the places don't charge me extra. You know, like
Hmm.
Hirschner's and Maxim and all those, they don't charge me extra. So,
Right.
but yeah, everybody in the lower 48, that's awesome.
Regina says, wow, I want to make something with puzzle yarn.
Me
And
too.
Jeanette says Hobby Lobby has a clearance right now. I went yesterday, and I think the only thing that might have been on clearance in the yarn section anyway at my store was the like size 7 blanket yarn. And Kelly loves your makeup.
Thank you. Yeah, I was doing like a 1920s kind of look for the hat.
And then Kelly says, Pixie, can't you just cut one down?
Uh, if I was in like a more regular part of Alaska, I could, because there's a lot of like what is it, spruce or cypress trees up here or something. But we live on an island up north, and it's inside the Arctic Circle, so we have hardly any trees on the island. So yeah, can't do that here.
I wondered about that. I thought
Hmm.
I didn't see very many trees in your pictures, so I wondered about
Yeah,
that. I'm too hot.
unfortunately,
I got to turn
I
the fan
wonder.
on.
I wonder if we had if there were trees on the island at some point, and the people here used it to burn,
And
or
that's probably true too. Yeah.
yeah,
But
or
being
if
that cold and that windy and that close to the ocean, I
yeah, it's
mean,
hard for stuff
part
to
of the water
survive.
all the way around. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Um, Having lived in Colorado and going way up high on the mountains where
Right.
trees are this big and they're all bent over and gnarled from the wind,
Yeah.
and they're this big, and that's because they
Yeah.
can't get enough moisture because their roots can only go so far and they
And
have to
it's
stay
so rocky and
small.
everything too, right?
Exactly, rocky and everything. And they stay small due to the lack of water, but they stay small because of the wind as well. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's probably this that's two good ideas anyway. Okay. Kelly, Laura, what is the yarn you said is close to puzzle? Well, it seems to be close to me. It's called Impressions. It's Loops and Threads, and this obviously from Michaels. We all know Loops and Threads is from Michaels. And you can see there's several different shades in there, and it changes. The purple is with the dark blue, then it's with the pink, then it's with the teal, and vice versa as it goes around through. I love it. It's my
Yeah,
colors more
I
so
think it
than the
looks
other
really
one
close.
was.
I think it looks really close
So,
to puzzle too.
Pixie, you should do makeup tutorials, says Kelly.
Ooh. Thank you.
And Jeanette says she has a friend in Fairbanks.
Awesome.
And Regina says, get a real tree in a bucket and put it outside when it warms up outside.
Yeah, I thought about
That's a
that.
good idea, though.
During during Christmas here, or right before Christmas, our store actually had a few like small, like bush size like Christmas trees. But because everything's so expensive here, it was like $100. So if I were to do that, I would have to grow my own.
Yeah, you
And it
would.
would and it would take a couple years. So and I think we might be moving to South Alaska before too long, so but yeah, that would be a great idea if I was gonna stay put. Yeah, Regina, like when I tell people that how expensive stuff is here, like I'm talking expensive, expensive. It's insane. We
It's
wouldn't
a
be
lot of
able
to
to
come
live up
in.
here if the company didn't pay for our rent and utilities.
Hmm. Very, very true.
Because Food is crazy expensive and everything else. It really shocked me when we first came up here because, like, I had researched a bit about Alaska before we moved, but so
Right.
I was, like, prepared for it to be crazy prices, but, like, nothing, really gets you prepared for actually seeing it.
I'm sure. Pixie, Kelly says, Pixie, you're moving again so soon? Is it because of work?
Yeah, we just kinda wanted to, there's a place down south, with the same company that, um, has a opening for Chad's position, and we thought it would just be cool to check out a different area of Alaska while we're up here, you
Yeah.
know, because we've experienced the Arctic area of Alaska for a year now, so we thought it
Mm-hmm.
might be a good time to take our next step. Exactly, Regina. Jeanette, it's a place on, it's way down, more like neighboring Canada. It's another island, but excuse me. It's a bigger island. It's called Prince of Wales Island, and it looks really pretty, very green, lots of trees, gorgeous views, but still near the ocean. So I think that would be really neat. I'm
Yeah.
excited. The only reason why we can't yet is because the way the housing market is right now, it's really hard for anybody to um find housing,
Yeah.
and especially like in Alaska.
I'll bet.
So what they're doing is I think they're holding the position for us, and but they're looking for housing for us right now. So whenever something comes available for us, um that's when we're gonna make the move. So that could be
Ah,
anywhere
okay.
from like a month to months from now. I have no idea.
Right. Well,
But
it
yeah, I'm
sounds
excited.
like, and I like how Pixie, or I like how Kelly said it. Pixie, that's really cool. What an adventure you are on. Yes. An adventure,
Exactly.
definitely.
That's how we're viewing it too. That's why we made the decision to move up here, because it was like a big decision, but we were like, when are we ever gonna have an opportunity like this again, you know? Because the company actually like contacted Chad with the offer from his
Right.
profile on LinkedIn. And so for him to, it was like almost like winning the lottery for them to, like pick him out specifically for the job offer. So we were like, I don't know when we're ever gonna, be able to go out west, because both of us have always just lived on the eastern side in
Mm-hmm.
Georgia and Florida and stuff. So yeah, we were like, we're gonna regret it for the rest of our lives if we don't do it. You know what I mean? And I'm super glad we have because it has been a fun adventure overall.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay,
Yes,
in
it
the
is,
right
Virginia.
spot.
I've been looking at some pictures of Prince of Wales Island. It's just breathtakingly gorgeous down there.
Sounds like it would be a good place to go.
Yep.
2, 4, 5, 6.
I love Mary Maxim, Jeanette. I'm actually able to order it here too, but you're right. I think Mary Maxim was originally a Canadian company, but they have like a US side too, which is what I order from is the US side. I wonder if there is other stuff from Canada and if there's any way I could order from the Canadian side. That would be interesting.
I don't know. You'd have your currency change that you'd have to go through, and
Yeah, I don't know if it would work
I
out or
don't
not.
know.
Yeah, because they kinda I think they kinda don't like you to do that, so yeah, they'll put some fees and things on you.
Oh, all I got to do is use my credit card for anything uh, not in the U.S., and I get thrown all these fees.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely.
I'm not just talking about the company itself, but yeah,
Right.
Canadian prices too, exactly.
Yeah, 'cause, Canadian prices are cheaper to us, aren't they? I think the US dollar is more, unless it's changed.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
almost done with another shamrock.
Oh, very good. No more expensive in Canada. No more expensive in Canada.
Right. Oh, yeah, Kelly, and, they have a lot of awesome, kits and stuff, and I find that they're more reasonably priced than a lot of them. I recently signed up to a bunch of their, clubs, and I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it going, but I just wanted to get a few of them because 'cause they're reasonably
Uh-huh.
priced. Like, they have a crochet club and a knit club of the month, which I signed up for those. Then they have an Afghan club that they do every 3 months, and I signed
That
up for
sounds
that
about right.
one. And then, they have a sock knitting club, which I signed up for that one. So it's, everything I've gotten so far has been really cool. Like I said, I'll probably end up, canceling it at some point and then maybe resubscribing later because, like, I'll need to catch up on all these projects. But,
I understand.
it's not overly expensive at all, and you get some really amazing stuff. Like, let me show you this, this was for the knit club of the month, for March, and, it comes with enough yarn to make 2 neck warmers. So there's the first one,
Okay.
and then I'm really excited about this one. It's Intralac,
Uh-huh.
a cow, and I've never done Intralac before, and I've always wanted to try it. I remember seeing yours, Laura, and it was beautiful. But
Yes.
I love the look of Intralac, and I've never tried it before. But yeah, look at this yarn.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. And with it being black and gray and white, it's going to go with like everything.
Is it
They
is
sent
it Oh, yep, okay.
it's it's really soft, and they sent me 3 of these, and
To make two different, okay.
right, and the knit club of the month is only 14.99 plus a bit for shipping. That is a great deal to get that much yarn and enough for, I was expecting just 1 project, and you get, like, enough to make 2 in it, and then, they did that with another one of the other knitting kit that I've gotten so far, um, also had 2 projects in it. So it's those leg warmers I'm making,
Oh, right. Before you move
well,
on to that Intralac, was that knit?
yeah, that's the knit club of the month. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So, so this is the leg warmers. This was the first knit club of the month that I got, the only other one that I've gotten. So that
Mm-hmm.
was this one, and then it also came with some kinda like Chanel, I don't think I have it sitting next to me, but, like, kind of a tan yarn, and, it has a little keyhole scarf pattern with it too, which is really cool.
Cute.
And then, this is I'm just showing you what I have sitting next to me, but this is the sock knitting club thing, and this is actually, DK weight. I've already caked it up, but it's, like, really
Okay.
pretty, purples and, like, almost like a bluish gray in it, And so they sent enough, to make 2 really nice pairs of socks. Or not 2, but you know what I mean, 2 socks.
2 socks, enough
1
for a
pair.
pair, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And, with the Afghan one, this is the one that I've gotten so far. Uh, look at that, it's, like, beautiful texture
Mhm.
and fairly big. Look at all the yarn it came with.
Wow.
Yep.
I think I
So and
remember
I
you talking about that one.
Right? So I caked all that up. I've, like, except for, well, I guess those are already in cakes, the one I got recently. But, this is the rest of the leg warmer yarn. So they sent, like, 4 skeins of that. I think it's Premier. And then this was, I think, a German yarn? I can't remember, but that's the fuzzy kind for the keyhole neck scarf.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
so it came with 2 of those, like, the knitting kits have had 2 projects in all of them so far, and like I said, that's only, like, 14.99 plus shipping. That's, like, a ridiculously good deal. And here's the crochet kit that I've gotten, and it's for a really awesome, I'm gonna probably use it as a project bag,
Mhm.
but this one's crochet, and it's got all these pretty yarns. This yarn was, uh, Grundle, which I believe is a German yarn too, if I'm thinking correctly. But yeah, really pretty acrylic yarn and all the pretty bright colors. So I was really excited about that one. So yeah, that's all the kits I've gotten so far, but it's been amazing.
Hey, Jeanette says, "Have you done the mystery box? It's fantastic."
I have. I did one while I was in Georgia shortly before we moved. And I think that one's like $30, right? Or it was when I ordered it. And yeah, the amount of yarn that you get in there is such a great deal. And it's also fun, because there's that mystery aspect of it. But it gets you like trying different yarns that you may not have ever tried or known of. So I
Mhm.
think I always I always recommend that, the Mary Maxim mystery thing.
Kelly says, "Wow, a lot of yarn with the Afghan kit. How much was the Afghan club?"
Not as much as you would think. I think it's like $30 plus shipping. That
Which is
I mean,
amazing.
that is amazing, right?
That is
So,
amazing because I was looking at yarn for another baby blanket, and it was going to be close to $80.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yarn is so expensive nowadays. Yeah, if you're making a blanket, you're usually running around $100. So $30 is freaking amazing.
Chris says, "Does anyone know of a kit club with no wool content?"
I don't. I'm personally not allergic to wool, so I've never researched that. But if I think of one or, I mean, come across one, I will definitely share that with you. You would think there would be something out there. Maybe there's like a cotton yarn club. I don't know if they have one specifically wool free for those that have allergies, but I'm sure they probably have a cotton yarn club, and that would be cool. Or an acrylic yarn club
Hmm.
somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good question, Chris. No, sorry, Chris. Maybe you could ask them to send you a different yarn. That's a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe if you explain that you have an allergy, I bet they would work with you.
Not that you found. Yeah, I understand.
Well, if I run
Yes,
across anything, I will try to remember. Actually, where's my handy dandy notebook? Let me write that down. That way, if I come across one, Hopefully, I will remember to pass it on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wool Free Yarn Club. Chris Kaleidoscope. I'm gonna have to
This is
look at that to see
kaleidoscope.
how to spell kaleidoscope. I love kaleidoscopes, by the way. I had one when I was a kid, and I love like the artisanal kaleidoscopes that people make with like actual glass and the metal tubes and stuff that kind of look
Artisan,
like
yeah.
steampunk or something. I love
Yep,
those. Those are amazing.
yep,
Very
they are.
Victorian kind of thing. Absolutely, Kelly. I'm sure that they have substitutes because I know that you're not there's a good number of people that are allergic to wool. So these companies, I'm sure, have gotten that question enough to warrant having options or being able to work with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. They make great color matchers.
Oh, kaleidoscopes?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Okay.
That would be cool. I never
Jeanette
thought
says
of
I'm
it that
working
way.
on prayer shawls. Yeah, they do.
Ooh,
They
that
do want
sounds
our
pretty.
business after all. So yeah, it cannot hurt to ask. And I'm sure Chris has done that plenty of times to be asking us if there's any if we
That
know
is
of any.
true.
So
Yeah. Dang it.
well, I mean it's
I didn't
true,
think of that. Yeah.
it's okay. I mean, Chris has tried and we were trying to help and that's
Yeah.
you know
Well, if any of us come across it, I know that we will do what we can. That's
we
awesome, Jeanette. I have definitely grown to love shawls over the last few years.
I made so many prayer shawls. Well, I shouldn't call them prayer shawls, but I made most of my shawls out of a prayer shawl booklet. And I just made so many of them, and it seemed like
Right.
everybody wanted the same one over and over and over. And it was easy enough. It was all knit. All I had to do was knit every stitch.
Right.
And I learned how to
Yeah,
put
kind of
pretty
worn out
chains
on
up
it.
the side. Yeah, I learned how to
Right.
put pretty chains up the side so that it looked like a chain stitch up the side as well, and not just the little bumps that you get
Right.
when you do a I can't
Yeah,
think of the
I
name
know
of the
what you mean.
stitch.
It can kind of look rough if you don't know techniques to keep it clean.
Garter stitch. There we go. So yeah, in the garter stitch, you've got the bump because that's two rows together. So you've got a
Right.
bump on this side and a bump on that side, and a bump on this side and a bump on that side.
Yep.
Uh, Actually, I guess it's bump, 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 bump. Anyway, I'm not quite saying it right. But when you have your ends, when you have your edges, and you're doing all knit, you end up with these little curved around pieces of yarn that look like a little knot.
Right.
And after a while, you just kind of like, I can't make another one that looks like this. So I had to learn how to make the chain up the side.
Right.
And I learned how to do it as the last stitch of the knit. So that was cool. That made it more fun. I had something to think about when I get to the end. I got to make sure I do the right stitch.
Right. Exactly. Give you a little interest.
Hi, Lydia. Thank you for coming. Hi, Laura and Pixie Stitches. Sorry, I've been sitting here. Didn't say anything. I've been busy with the dishcloth. Well, that's fine, Lydia.
Hey, Lydia.
That's that's perfectly fine. I have prayer shawl
I do
ministry
that.
at church,
I
and
do
I
that a
do
lot
hats and
too.
slippers for the veterans. Says Jeanette. That's awesome, Jeanette.
That is really cool.
I know there's a church down the street from me that has a fiber. Actually, I think they call it crafting now. It used to be a knit one, purl one, because originally started out as everybody was a knitter. And by the time I left, they were talking about changing it to just a crafting. So then you could come in with any craft and
Right.
you could sit up and you could all
So
just
it's
talk
open to
and
anybody.
do your
Yeah,
craft at the same time. Yeah.
that's cool.
But that's great, Jeanette.
Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I would love to. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. About starting to since I am a bit faster at stuff now to start like knitting or crocheting for charities and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like hats and things. Because I think that is a wonderful way to use our craft skills.
To help others stay warm. Yep.
Exactly, helping others. And I commend anybody that does that.
Oh, it's okay, Kelly. I don't think she'll hold it against you.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Let's see. I got lost again. 3, 4. Uh-oh. I got the yawns, darn it. 3. Try again. 4. Don't
Weaving
get caught in
in
that.
the ends on this shamrock.
Oops.
So then I'll
Oh,
have
close it down. Good. Good. Okay.
5 shamrocks, so I'll have 7 to go for my garland. I'm gonna try to knock a few more out this evening.
Lydia says the veterans in the home can use them. Oh, that was Jeanette. Finishing
Yes,
up the slippers for the veterans. Caps and slippers? Hats and slippers, yeah. And then Lydia says, I do it if I know that people needs anything. I help out if there's a fundraiser and they're working on things. Yep, I understand.
very good.
If I didn't have almost 100 whips, might be able to add more for
I know,
charity
right?
to my list. But I think I need to get through
Yeah,
my whips.
right. That's even more motivation for me actually to catch up on all these projects is so I have more, like room and time for doing things like that, like donating. But I guess I could go ahead and do that anyway. Like I could whip out a couple hats or whatever and every little bit
Hats,
helps.
scarves.
Exactly.
I'm sure scarves are needed up there where you are.
Yeah. All the
Three,
warm
four, five,
stuff is
six.
very much needed up here. Well, here's another shamrock.
Yay!
Yay! This is one of the dark green ones.
I
And I
see
got
that.
3 of those now, although I did make a dark green one for Chad, but that one's
Right.
not going on the garland. And then same as my hat here, I've got 2 of the brighter colored ones, so the
Yep.
next one I'm gonna make is another bright colored one because I think I'm gonna make 6 of each,
That sounds like a plan.
and then just make a chain and string them up.
Kelly says, those are cool, Pixie. Are they hard to make? If you go to
No. Sorry.
if you go to no, you're fine. If you go to the Friday night video, Kelly, you don't have to watch it, but I have the links posted for the shamrocks and wasn't the hat, shamrocks, the sock.
Yeah, the
I think that's
socks.
it, right? One of each.
Yeah, and I will send you the links tonight for the Little John's hat, the
Okay.
1920s cloche hat, and for the shamrocks again, I guess, since I
Okay.
keep talking about it.
No, that's fine.
And maybe the socks
Um,
too, since I showed those off as well. So
well, I have that one, so
yeah, we have
I
it on
can
the
just
last one.
copy and paste that one and the shamrocks too.
Exactly. The important
So
one, I think, is the hat one for tonight.
yes, I agree. Yes, you if you have the link for that, I would love to post that for everybody.
Awesome.
But so Kelly, if you want to watch the Friday night, well, like I said, you don't have to watch it. Okay, I mean, the links are in the description box.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
and they will be
Kelly,
in this description box too. Once I get the, we have to be done before I can do that. So, um, Kelly, Lydia, Pixie, did you make your hat?
I did. This is what we were talking about actually being a Little John's yarn pattern. So I'm gonna take this off for a second so you can see it better.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's really the construction of it was really awesome too, which is actually what convinced me to do this project because you do it as a Mobius uh twist. So you're actually just going around in a figure eight. And then at a certain point you stop doing the figure eight and you do the crown part of it. So it's really cool. Not hard either.
It's okay, Kelly. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that if you want to go looking for the links, they're there in the description of the Friday night video. That's all I was getting at. And
Yeah.
that is cute. That
So
looks perfect on you,
so
Pixie.
you can watch it if you want, Kelly, which would be awesome. But yeah, the links are there for you for the shamrocks too, even if you don't want to or don't have time to watch it or whatever. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, I had fun with I view makeup as another hobby of mine. I just do makeup for fun. Um because at the end of the day it's basically paint.
That's
So I
true.
view it as paint and I enjoy doing like kind of like crazy looks and stuff with my makeup because it makes me happy basically.
Hmm.
And it's a way of self-expression and I like matching looks to stuff I make as well.
Well, Kelly, I didn't mean to make it sound like you did. I just wanted to be sure that you understood that that's not what I had meant.
Yeah, I know Fridays are kind of
Yeah,
the
Friday
late night
late
ones
night
are kind
is,
of late for some people. But
I mean, I get it, but I was trying to take advantage of when I am the most, and I had been in the past anyway, the most awake, when I seem to be the most
exactly.
creative, and I figured, what the heck? So I decided to give it a shot, and it seemed to work out. So that's why I did what I did. And I mean,
I
I
like it
certainly
pers
hope that they're worth looking at later as well.
Oh,
Plus,
yeah,
they'll
absolutely
help
they
with
are.
my
Absolutely they are.
I know they'll help with my watch hours over time. So I mean, all that's
I
good.
watch replays of lives all the all the time, and that's why I always shout out the replay queens and kings out there that
Hmm.
give the creators watch hours and all of that.
And Kelly
It's
says she
important.
would love to watch you would love to watch tutorials on how to do your makeup.
Oh,
So there you
well, thank
go.
you. That is a great idea. I think I might do that then. If there's people that want to see it, I would definitely like to do that
And Kelly
because it's
says,
fun.
normally I'm up at that hour. I'm a night owl. I just didn't feel great on Friday. I'm sorry, Kelly. I know some of us had some interesting issues over the weekend. Uh, you keep yourself entertained, Veronica.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. I do things to amuse myself, keep myself try to keep myself happy. It's hard,
Mm-hmm.
but I try.
Kelly says, me too. I watch replays while I crochet. Well, everybody, it is 10 after 9. Oh, what did Lydia have to say? Laura, I will email sometime. I would like to come up a Friday night. Next one, I want to show you knitting needles dish rags. Okay. Yes, definitely email me because if I remember correctly, the next one had to be postponed.
Right.
Oops, nope, that's not going to work. Go back. Here we go. Come on, let me in.
Postponed.
Let me in. Thank you. Um, so I might as well, if I can get it to come up. Okay, here we go. Finally. Now, come to my calendar. Bye, Jen. I was just about to finish off, and then we got caught up in something else.
Bye, Jennifer.
Okay, so let's see here. March, and my phone is being very slow, and I don't understand why. That's really weird. Okay, the next late night live will be March 31st. The late night live with Laura, whatever, however I named it. Anyway, that the next Friday night late night live will be March 31st. Okay, I need to put that in
Community post.
community tab. Yep, I need to do the
Yep.
community post. Yep. So yeah, go ahead and email me, Lydia, and we'll see what we can do. But it'll be the 31st. It'll be the next one. Kelly says, I know my granddaughters and my daughter would love to watch makeup tutorials because we watch them all the time. There you go.
I
There
do
you
too.
go.
I love
So,
watching beauty and fashion videos. That's something I'm really interested in. I'm also interested in historical um, costuming and beauty and all that. Like just learning about the history of things and what people used to wear.
at midnight. Oh, 11 Central, so it'd be midnight for Eastern. Yes, Kelly.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Okay, and then there is a gal who I watch occasionally. She does Victorian. Uh, well, I know it's vintage anyway. I want to say
Hmm.
it's Victorian. I think it's before
Right.
1900, anyhow. And she has a knitting machine that she made. That's like it's like the original ones that they used to have.
I think I follow her. It's isn't it Engineered Knits or something like that?
Yes, I think so. That
Yeah,
sounds
she is
right.
awesome. She's making me want to get one of those because it's actually cool. Like somebody actually did a reproduction sock knitting machine like from a real Victorian one, but they're doing it on a 3D printer.
Yes,
So
I remember
so
her talking
they're
about something like that too.
yeah. And I looked into it, and they're fairly expensive, but it would be amazing to be able to get one for myself to do some sock knitting on. That'd be awesome.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it so, so much. Don't forget the thummies if you haven't done them yet. Uh, this was a lot of fun tonight. Thank you all. Thank you, Pixie Stitch. Yep, for coming. I'm
mine's a
doing it wrong
mine's
again.
a fairy heart, so it's flying up.
Yep. This one I can do. This one, for some reason, always looks wrong.
Let me see if I can do both.
Do, 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 do,
There we go.
do, do, do. Ah, I got it. There we go. Yay, got my hearts. All
Oh,
right, be
uh,
safe.
real quick, sorry, I am going to do a little video of my hat, and I'll be putting that up on my channel either tonight or tomorrow. So if anybody wants to check that out, that would be cool. Thank you.
Hi, bye, Dawn. All right, everybody, be safe. Love you all.
Love you.
Bye. Stay with me.